Hello guys, Joe from Bekos and Makgeolli. How's everyone doing? Happy 2026. I hope that everyone starts the year making some amazing makgeolli. And again, if you don't know how to make rice wine, we have tons of free resources on our YouTube channel, or some more in-depth resources such as our book, our online course, and a lot of more resources you can grab for you to begin or continue and grow your makgeolli journey, especially 2026. All right, so the purpose of this video is I want to start the year not just trying to make more videos, but and keep you guys updated in what I'm doing too. But I want to start answering some questions I either get from comments, from emails, sometimes from either old students or people who are enrolled in our online course. So maybe it's gonna not just help directly to these people, but maybe you have the same question, and well, I want to start making a series of those types of videos too. I got an email from Paul Ree, and then it says, first, thank you for your incredible resources, both free and paid. I've been homebrewing Samyangju for the past year for friends and family. Now, if you don't know what a Samyangju is, that's a single step makgeolli. Basically, you're just mixing the core ingredients, rice, water, and nuruk, putting it in one jar, and then that's one step.
Excellent.
Okay. Using your YouTube as videos as a resource, it has turned out well every time. I actually bought your online course several days ago. Thank you, Paul. To challenge myself to try and make Samyangju, and I had questions about it. Now, number one, I know for Samyangju, you said that the nuruk amount should be about 10% of the rice amount. Since for Samyangju, the rice amount is different between the stages, I was wondering how to calculate the nuruk amount for Samyangju. Well, that's a very good question, Paul. So the idea behind multi-stage fermentation is that you have now the concept of what misul is. Now, again, misul, you can treat it as your base alcohol, and basically the gist behind that is to create a healthy yeast colony so that, and then all your nuruk will actually be inside that first stage or your misul, so that the other stages that you keep adding, then it just, those yeast and everything multiplies and multiplies. Here's the thing, if you later develop and go to make these 5-stage types of makgeolli-making, multi-stage fermentation, that is, then you would have to add extra nuruk around the 3rd step just to keep, the process going. It tends to lose, if anything, force behind it. So unless you're doing like a 5-stage fermentation type of thing, then again, yes, you would have to add it some type of nuruk in the middle. Number 2, I notice you stirring daily on the misul. I assume we should be stirring for the first 3 days for the other stages of tosul as well. So again, let's say you're making this Samyangju or 3-stage makgeolli, and then you are going to be again making your misul. Yes, so you would be stirring the first 2 days, if anything, until your misul has hit that climax point, like I explained in my online course. And then when things kind of come down and it's more in that standby stage of the fermentation process, then that's the time that you would add your tosul or your 2nd stage, and then just do a good job mixing the 2nd stage or with the misul. Just do a good job, and then yes, for that you would be stirring again probably the 1st and the 2nd day, and then once you see fermentation going up and then coming down again, on average, if anything, 48 hours, then once you add the last stage, which is kodubap or steamed rice, then do a more slightly thorough job mixing everything, and then there is no more stirring. Okay, however, here's the thing, after a week or so, then I do happen to give the whole thing my makgeolli again a stir. So after I've added the tosul, or the final stage, the last tosul, that is, I wait for a week or about 10 days, and I give my whole makgeolli one mix so that everything can get reintegrated again thoroughly. One thing, if anything, do not overstir your makgeolli, because that's just going to keep increasing the alcohol level, if anything, and it can dry out your sul too, or make it quite bitter. So stirring again at the right time, moderately, if anything, is the key to very good makgeolli too. Last question. Number 3, I've added other ingredients to my Samyangju that added some good taste, like ginseng. Cool. Okay, when do you feel like it would be a good time to add the ginseng or fruits to ferment in a Samyangju? So for Samyangjus or Iyangjus, or 2 stages, most of the time when we add infusions would be together with the kodubap. So for multi-stage types, it usually works well using dry fruits or things like that, not much more water, because again, as I teach in my online course, and if especially if you're a beginner makgeolli brewer, I don't recommend adding water towards your final stage. It just makes things a little bit harder to get, and it can sour or dry things quite quickly if you're not careful, especially with temperature. So my best advice is for multi-stage types of fermentations, try and using more dried elements with it. For instance, if you want to use ginseng in this case, then what I would do is I would, again, you can steam the raw ginseng with the rice if you want more subtle flavors, or if you want stronger ginseng aroma and more of that quality, then I would use a food processor, grind it into much smaller pieces, and then add it at the end with my kodubap. Now, so those would be the ways that I would do it if I was using ginseng. All right, those were Paul's questions. Hopefully that answered some questions. Let me know what you guys are up to. I know some people who I haven't been in touch do still watch my videos, if anything. So hello to everyone. I wish you a happy 2026. A lot of makgeolli, a lot of love, a lot of good rice wine fermentation. Again, this is Joe. I'm going to make another video. Peace.